Que bueno, mi gente. Calix Boxing here, man. Good to be back with y'all. Some big news today. Big news. But before we get into that, hit that sub button, hit the like button as you come in, hit that alert so you know when I go live. Appreciate all the subs, appreciate all the support, all the comments. As always, good to be back. It's being brought to you by Ozarka Water and Hershey's Kisses Cookies version. This today came out of left field, right? Teofimo Lopez was not happy with the money being offered to him by Bob Arum for his mandatory defense. He has spoken publicly the past couple of weeks about how he has wanted big fights, how nobody was offering top-ranked big fight. The other fighters were not offering to fight him. So he didn't want to lose his belt. So what he did, he took on his mandatory. Smart thing to do. The expedient thing to do. So what happens? Top Rank says, it's not a big fight. Bob Arum saying, it's not a big fight. We can't offer you big money for this fight. A slap in the face to Teofimo, at least he thinks. Look, you have the only guy really in 2020 who took a big risk, fought during the shutdown against one of the top fighters in the sport, when he had every excuse to not fight one of the top fighters in the sport and not take that risk. A guy in Lomachenko who a lot of people in the weight class were avoiding. Teofimo said, bring him to me. Bring him to the table. I don't care, fans, no fans, let's do it. He took the risk. He won the fight. He won the fight clearly and decisively. And he's being handsomely rewarded for it now. So I've always felt for the past month or so, when Teofimo is expressing his frustration with Top Rank for not offering him more money for this mandatory, like I can understand it from a promoter's perspective. We only have so much money. This fight's only going to generate so much. I can't offer you. But Top Rank long-term is damaging a relationship with arguably the fighter in their stable with the biggest future. This guy Teofimo has a bright future. Shout out Lance Meyer. Y'all hit that like button. Let me read to you what happened today for those of you who may be out of the loop. This fight went to a purse bid. The fight went to a purse bid because the fighters were not happy with the money being offered to them for this mandatory fight. So what happens during this purse bid is any promoter can come in and offer whatever they want to offer in order for the rights to this fight. So what happens is, let me read the article. Coming straight from Bad Left Hook. Matchroom Boxing very nearly swiped undisputed lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez's IBF mandatory clash with George Kambosos Jr. out from Top Rank's noses this morning, bidding $3.5 million compared to Top Rank's $2.3 million. Okay, so unfortunately for Eddie Hearn, Triller's Ryan Kavanaugh rendered their efforts moot with a jaw-dropping $6.018 million offer. Per IBF regulations, that means just under $4 million for champion Teofimo Lopez and just over $2 million for challenger Kambosos minus promotional expenses. That's assuming that Ryan Kavanaugh is good for this, which I think he will be. Now, imagine, first of all, being George Kambosos Jr. and stumbling upon a $2 million payday. George Kambosos. Just imagine being that guy, right place at the right time, just stumbling across a huge payday. $2 million for this guy, possibly. Okay, so we're going to examine every angle of this. From the promoter, what's up, man? What's up, D-Style Boxing in the house? Let's examine this from every angle. Now, here's the thing that's interesting to me about this. is if this is successful, if this is something that is pulled off, it can establish a new normal in boxing. As Dan Raphael brought up, he raised the possibility of this fight sharing a card with Jake Paul versus Ben Askren, which goes down April 17th in Atlanta. Triller has staged just one boxing event thus far, Mike Tyson's November exhibition match with Roy Jones Jr., which did over $1 million pay-per-view buys, was successful, was a huge success. So what I see happening here is this guy, Ryan Kavanaugh, some ingenuity here, some creativity. He says, I'm gonna try to get this guy, Teofimo Lopez, to be the main event for this card, which I'm going to also do one of these celebrity boxing matches on. So you're bringing in the hardcore boxing fans and you're also bringing in the casuals. It's an interesting blueprint that's being laid out here. And it's ironic that it's Teofimo Lopez that is the beneficiary here, because he brought up, and I did a video about it about a month ago, he brought up that he didn't like the fact that these entertainers are stealing the spotlight from boxers. And I dropped the video after that because I said, look, these fighters need to not concern themselves with that. They have created this vacuum for these entertainers to come in and take some of that spotlight by not fighting top opposition. That's not including Teofimo, who has done that, by the way, by fighting Lomachenko in 2020, doing a great thing for the sport. But it's interesting that he brought that up, and he may be a co-feature on this Triller bout with a celebrity and Jake Paul. Well, I still haven't seen a Jake Paul video. I still don't know who the guy is. But if this is pulled off, man, these other promoters are going to have to get creative. And I know that's why Bob Arum is caught in his feelings right now. No, he's really mad with Eddie Hearn. He's acting like he's not mad with Ryan Kavanaugh, but he's in his feelings right now because he knows if this is pulled off and this is successful, it pulls off a blueprint that it's going to be tough to compete with. He's saying also that, look, if Teofimo Lopez wants to come back after this fight, he can't assume that he's going to get this type of money if he comes back to Top Rank. To me, that's a damaging thing to say. Look, there's some things you should keep to yourself, and that's one of them with Bob Arum. You shouldn't say, look, if this guy is expecting to get $4 million per fight coming back to Top Rank, he's just not going to get it. Let's negotiate something with Triller if he wants to stay over there, and I'll cut him loose. Let's negotiate something. Not a good thing to say. Not a good look from Bob Arum. But I just find this intriguing that you could have a pay-per-view with a hardcore boxing crew, Teofimo Lopez versus Kambosos. You have the hardcore boxing fans in the main event, and then Jake Paul fighting in the lead up to that. That's going to bring in a bunch of casuals. So if this card does over 1 million views, you have a new normal possibly in boxing. And I don't know how to feel about that as a fan because I'm not interested in all in Jake Paul versus whoever he's going to fight. So I'd rather watch Teofimo Lopez on ESPN, to be quite honest, and not pay $40, $50, $60, whatever this pay-per-view is going to be worth. I was looking forward to the post-pay-per-view boxing world. That's what I was looking forward to as a fan. So I have mixed emotions about this. I'm happy for Teofimo Lopez. He took a risk in 2020. He's being paid for it, rewarded for it. I'm happy for him. As a fan, I'm a little concerned that this could bring back the pay-per-view blueprint that was out there to where we get a pay-per-view every 1 month, every 2 months, something like that. And you have to pay out of your pocket every couple of months to catch a fight. If this does become the new normal. I was really happy with the catching big fights on ESPN and paying my subscription to the Zone and seeing Canelo fights and Anthony Joshua fights and looking and really enjoying that world of boxing. So not exactly sure how to feel about that, but I am very intrigued, and I am hoping for success just to see what happens. I am hoping for this fight to do something like 1.5 million views, Bob Arum's head exploding, and these promoters having to get creative. I just don't know what we're going to see in this card in April. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a Jake Paul fight with it. I'm pretty confident we're going to get one of those celebrity fights with it. But what's the rest of the card going to look like? Is it going to be boxing matches, all boxing matches? Is it going to be a concert before, in between, sandwiched in between? Are we going to get multiple real boxing matches in this? Are we going to get all celebrity matches, a concert, and then Teofimo Lopez throws out in dispatches of Kambosos? And as a boxing fan, I just forked over $60 or whatever it is to see a mandatory where Teofimo Lopez is a 3 or 4 to 1 favorite. And I watched a bunch of celebrities that I have no interest in, a concert that I had no interest in, just to see TFS do a mandatory. That's what has me concerned. That's where I'm pessimistic right there. But where I'm optimistic is I'm glad Teofimo got paid. If you're Top Rank, man, what a slap. What a slap in the face Top Rank gave to Teofimo here. You could have at least been second. Generally, when it goes to purse bid, the winning promoter or the fighter's promoter wins the purse bid, right? So not only was Top Rank not second, they were third. Eddie Hearn came in and outbid Bob Arum by over 1 million. I mean, at least come in second and at least make it look decent. What a slap in the face, especially after this kid did what he did in 2020. Not a good look. Not a good look for Top Rank here. And they really missed the boat here, and they dropped the ball. This could have been nipped in the bud. They could have worked this out before this purse bid. Didn't happen. So now Bob Arum has egg on his face. So I think what we're going to get, Teofimo Lopez, Kambosos, I think this fight will happen. I think Ryan Kavanaugh will have the money to put up front. This will go through. And I'm hoping for success. Even though I'm worried about what happens after the success, I'm worried about this new normal because I don't want pay-per-views. I'm still hoping for it. I'm still hoping for the success just to see what happens. Just to blow up what's going on with Bob Arum and the crew. What's up, Santeo Media? Shout out Santeo Media. Shout out D-Style. And look, man, imagine Lamar Odom. They were doing that Lamar Odom versus Aaron Carter. They were trying to do that fight as well. Imagine that fight being on the same card as a Teofimo Lopez. Imagine Teofimo Lopez on the main event, Aaron Carter fighting Lamar Odom on the undercard. That might be the new normal in boxing. You know, you might have Terrence Crawford not happy with what Bob Arum offers him. It goes to a purse bid. Ryan Kavanaugh offers like 7-8 million. Terrence Crawford fights as mandatory on the main event. And you have, I don't know, whoever, Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor on the undercard. That might be the new normal in boxing. So we'll see what happens with this, man. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and give my thoughts on this. I'm intrigued by it, but at the same time, I'm very skeptical and also worried that if it is successful, we will be getting a lot of pay-per-views. But if they're interesting, why not? I'm out, man. Y'all have a good night. God bless. Peace.